Hello, boys and girls. How are we? I trust we are well. Feel free to get started with your pictures. I'm going to start in, well, basically one cigarette's time. Do say hello if you're here. Today, there is a question coming in today. Is this unwanted and unused thing? It says it's basically a bookend, but it says "Ceci n'est pas un livre" on the front. This is not a book. A Magritte reference, of course. Good evening, Frankie. How are you? I trust you are well. Good. Not long now. 5 days. Might go for a pint on Monday. Sit in the acrid cold. I'm up to now 102. 102 alcohol-free days. Amazing. The winning post opens at 3, which normally, on Monday, which I normally would have said would have cost them 3 hours service. But given that, I've probably got about 3 hours in me before I collapse horrifically in a alcohol-fueled puddle. And what am I doing? I'm bringing up the marking, aren't I? Your music round is a bit different today. Basically, one of the songs refused to upload, so I just shoved a TV theme, which was released as a single, wasn't a success. So any sort of combination is the last one anyway. You'll see. But there is another quality. There's some quality music today. That's all I'm going to say. Some of it's really genuinely good, and then there's one bit of music which I'd forgotten existed, but I remembered. It's amazing. And your answer sheet is free. Do get stuck in. Whoa, that's not right. That's really not right. So, where are you universally challenged from this week? Oh, they're from the Isle of Man. The Toads are from. Whoa, what's this? I'll be honest, the Toads, I don't know your flag. Good evening, Jim. Amy Dade from fucking England. £5 down this one, is that Belize? And no effing pub, ladies and gentlemen, off French. Which is French for, yeah. The Toads, you have defeated me with your flag. What is it? It's not Belize either, is it? Or is it Belize? Only one way to find out. Cheat. No, it's not Belize. Oh, what is it? I used to know this stuff. It's since been replaced by basically learning everything that isn't worthwhile. It's not the Marshall Islands, although it's quite similar to the Marshall Islands. I mean, this is fun, isn't it? What did you do? Well, I just watched a man try to remember what flag something was. I've forgotten. No, you've probably told me, haven't you already? The clock, fucking hell. Oh, you're Guadeloupe, are you? So basically what you're saying is I've got 2 flags right and one of them was England. Well done, Tom. I know that's the culture of the Cooklands. It's £5 down the Swan who I can't recognise. Oh, what? Oh, is it? Sorry, I know this is technically going to be a quiz for you rather than for me. Right, anyway, don't know. Let's begin, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin. It is part of France, I'm aware. Is it France which has the largest disparity in its time zones, isn't it? I think it goes from like +11 to -8 or something ridiculous, or the other way around, I think. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin. Let's begin with question number 16, ladies and gentlemen, which is on TV. Quizzing idiot Sean Williamson, ladies and gentlemen. Barry from EastEnders, my old mucker, Barry from EastEnders, managed to win, ladies and gentlemen, £120,000 for a charity of his choice by winning on which ITV game show last week? Which newish ITV game show? Which we first within, but some of us have also done. Ha! Sean Williamson, Barry from EastEnders, ladies and gentlemen, won £120,000 for a charity of his choice by winning on which ITV game show? There's loads of pictures of tools on there. I don't understand. Anyway, question 17 is on sport, ladies and gentlemen. Which city? Excuse me. In which city would you find the Ponds Forge swimming complex, home to swimming teams, is specifically used for diving, featuring as it does the deepest diving pool in the UK? I mean, surely just deep enough is fine. I mean, like if it's 2D bad? I mean, does it draw you? Does it help with form? I don't know. Obviously, it has to be deep enough, otherwise everyone would die. But anyway, the Ponds Ford Swimming Complex, ladies and gentlemen, is found in which English city? Question 18, ladies and gentlemen, is on vaccine skeptics. There are, sadly, ladies and gentlemen, some vaccine skeptics in the world who I will not call clots for fear of awakening the gods of bad science. Like you don't become likely to win the lottery if you buy 2 tickets instead of 1. Anyway, lending his considerable academic weight to the vaccine skepticism argument, ladies and gentlemen, he really is renowned as one of the country's great thinkers. I must be, but I have to admit this when someone does have the credentials, just because they have an opinion that disagrees with yours, doesn't mean they're not intelligent, does it? So there's some of the great thinkers. Anyway, one of such men is Richard Fairbrass, ladies and gentlemen, is most commonly associated with which singing group? Richard Fairbrass, ladies and gentlemen, scientific genius and vocalist, with which, primarily associated with which band? Question 18, ladies and gentlemen, Springsteen, long since abandoned now, is on the Kates of Wikipedia. Why? It's very reflective in my glasses, isn't it, right now? Why is it so? I know it's normally a bit reflective, but it looks extremely reflective. Anyway, question 18. The Kates of Wikipedia, what I'm meant to do is read you the description of a cake, or that sort of thing. And all you need to do is tell me which word should replace the word blank in this description. So, blank, or a blank, ladies and gentlemen, is a type of fritter or deep-fried pastry typically made from pâte à choux, but may also be made from other types of dough, including yeast dough. In Corsica, blanks made with chestnut flour are known as fritelli. In Canadian French, donuts are referred to alternately as blanc. Blancs are commonly known in New Orleans as a breakfast served with powdered sugar at the top. They are traditionally prepared right before consumption to be eaten fresh and hot. Variations of fried dough can be used across cuisines internationally. However, the origin of the term blanc is specifically French. In the United States, blancs have been popular within New Orleans Creole cuisine, may also be served as a dessert. They were brought to New Orleans in the 18th century by French colonists from the Old Mother Country, also brought by Acadians, and became part of home-style Creole cooking. Variations often include banana or plantain, popular fruits both in the port city, or berries. What sort of cake is that, ladies and gentlemen? A blanc. Ladies and gentlemen, with French and US variants of their population, literally bump, is a type of fritter or deep-fried pastry typically made from pâte à choux, shoe paste, but may also be made from other types of dough, including yeast dough. In Corsica, blancs made with chestnut flour, blanc de farine de chatagne, are known as fritelli. In Canadian French, donuts are referred to alternately as blanc. Blancs are commonly known in New Orleans as a breakfast, served with powdered sugar atop. They are traditionally prepared right before consumption. To be eaten, I read that initially as like prepared before consumption, as if like there was some ritual of getting tuberculosis. But since George Bush's Great Flood, no, it's not. Traditionally prepared right before consumption, eating fresh and hot. Variations of fried dough can be found across cuisines internationally. However, the origin of the blanc is specifically French. In the United States, blancs have been popular within New Orleans Creole cuisine, may also be served as a dessert. They were brought to New Orleans in the 18th century by French colonists from the old mother country, and also brought by Acadians, and became a large part of home-style Creole cooking. Variations often include banana or plantain, the popular fruits in the port city, or berries. What's the word I'm looking for? 7 letters in the singular, 8 in the plural, but that's with an S on the end. Oh. Good. The scoreboard is very pleasing right now, I'll tell you that. Question 20 is on films, ladies and gentlemen. Which actor in the 2005 big screen adaptation of Pride and Prejudice played the crucial role of Fitzwilliam Darcy? That's Mr. Darcy. The 2005 big screen adaptation, it was Keira Knightley, wasn't it? Who played Mr. Darcy, ladies and gentlemen, the 2005 big screen adaptation of Pride and Prejudice? Do be careful. My phone has just given me an alert for on his return to former club Leeds United. The Athletic assesses the job Sheffield United caretaker Paul Heckingbottom has done so far. Shouldn't be that long an article, is it? How do you spell shit? Is it S-H-S-H-O? Yeah. Oh, look what's here. Question 21, ladies and gentlemen, is on sausages. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, sausages. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we all gathered here today know, are aware that the best meal is very simple, a delicious plate of rich beef sausages, ladies and gentlemen. One non-believer. We have a non-believer, not Richard Fairbrass on this occasion, but Louise Minchin, ladies and gentlemen, off of the BBC Breakfast. You know, Louise Minchin. And she appalled people in the BBC Breakfast studios recently by saying that with her sausage sandwich, she likes to put on a slather of Robinson's Golden Shred, ladies and gentlemen, with her sausages. Robinson's Golden Shred, which is, of course, a brand of what? Ladies and gentlemen, what? Robinson's Golden Shred, product placement on the BBC, is a brand of what, ladies and gentlemen? Question 22, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you a list of 10 seemingly unconnected things which, upon closer scrutiny by you avid band of scrutineers, revealed to have a single conjoining theme. All you need to do is tell me what that conjoining theme is. So, what links? A former Manchester United midfielder born Luis de Abreu Oliveira, the river's aunt Bjorn Thurn, amongst others, Gary Coleman in EastEnders, the characters Patrick, Paul, and Anthony, the TV series House of Cards, I've missed one out here. The Tom Adams Quiz Experience, Beckard Shaw, Rebecca loses splashback protection, very straightforward. Decorative ribbons, and how to use them. Who have I missed out? Let me just rack my brain. Okay, yeah, sorry, yeah. And finally, an attendant in the shop Dreams. There we go. Sorry, I've had to come up with that. It's very bad, by the way, as a clue. So, what links the former Manchester United midfielder Luis de Abreu Oliveira, the river's aunt Bjorn Thurn, amongst others, Gary Coleman in EastEnders, Patrick, Paul, and Anthony, the TV series House of Cards, the Tom Adams Quiz Experience, Deckard Shaw, the splashback protection of Rebecca Lewis, decorative ribbons and how to use them, and a shopping attendant in Dreams. Question 23 is on politics, ladies and gentlemen. You may remember the heady days, the first 8 minutes of the Blair administration when everything was fine. On the Scottish devolution, ladies and gentlemen, what was the name of the First Minister of Scotland? after the creation of the new Scottish Parliament, who tragically died in the year 2000. What was his name? Question 24, ladies and gentlemen. Which American sitcom, which originally ran between 1993 and 2004 on NBC, has been slated for a new series on Paramount Plus starting in 2022? The Tortellis in 1987 was an unsuccessful previous attempt to achieve this level of success. So a very popular American sitcom, which originally ran between 1993 and 2004 on NBC, has been slated for a new series on Paramount Plus to start in 2022. The Tortellis, which starred a different character with a similar link, was an unsuccessful attempt to initiate this kind of success. What sitcom is this? Thank you, David, and Phil, for your donations, by the way. Much appreciated. All the donations appreciated. The PayPal is in the WhatsApp and so on. Thanks. I do appreciate it. Question 25, ladies and gentlemen, is on colours and named after the town in which it was, I suppose, created is the best word, which is most frequently dyed anyway. What shade of green is most commonly associated with Robin Hood? That's Sheffield's Robin Hood, whatever those Nottingham people will try to tell you. Named after the town in which it was frequently created or dyed, what shade of green is most commonly associated with Robin Hood? Question 26, ladies and gentlemen, is on sport. Which tennis players' somewhat outmoded views on homosexuality have led to calls for the main arena at the Australian Open, Melbourne at the Australian Open, no longer to be named after her? She has a relatively appropriate name. The tennis players' somewhat outmoded views on homosexuality, in that she's a bigoted idiot, have led to calls from Martina Navratilova, amongst others, for the main arena at the Australian Open to no longer be named after her. What is her name? Question 27. Now, you don't need me to tell you this. Ladies and gentlemen, but the Euthyphrio, the Apology, the Crito, and the Phaedo are often grouped together, ladies and gentlemen. The Euthyphro, the Apologia, the Crito, and the Phaedo are often grouped together and are sold together in a Penguin book, The Last Days of Blank, it's called. So done so, because the last 4 words prior to his death recorded by which person? I accept 2 different answers for this, ladies and gentlemen, because the book will have a different name on it. So compiled by one person, but featuring the work of another, the Euthyphro, the Apologia, the Crito, and the Phaedo, ladies and gentlemen. Phaedo, Phaedo, often grouped together. Compiled by one person, recorded by one person, but technically the work of another. Question 28 is on social media, ladies and gentlemen. On what social media platform or platform? Oh, yeah, I'll just finish this one, Jim, then I'll go. Which social media platform is Charlie D'Amelio the most followed person, and her sister Dixie the 7th most followed? So on which social media platform is Charlie D'Amelio the most followed person, and her sister Dixie the 7th most followed? I would tell you more about their work, but I have no idea what it is because I'm not fucking 8. What social media platform are those people prevalent, ladies and gentlemen? 27, Jim. The Euthyphro, the Apologia, the Crito, Crito, and the Phaedo, Phaedo, are often grouped together, ladies and gentlemen, certainly sold together in the same Penguin book. The last 4 words recorded prior to the death of which person? They're compiled by one person, but it's the work of another. Either was fine. Either is fine. That was 27. Question 29 is on logos, ladies and gentlemen. What, other than letters, is common to the logos of both Duolingo, the language learning program, and TripAdvisor, the former feature of the Swan pub quiz and review site? What, other than letters, is common to the logos of both Duolingo, the language learning utility, and TripAdvisor, the restaurant savaging utility? What is common to both? And question 30, ladies and gentlemen, is on bookmakers. When the fun stops, stop. That's what bookmakers tell us, ladies and gentlemen. But perhaps if we behave like them, what it would be when the fun stops, go to an overseas territory that's borderline unregulated, pay minimal tax, and enjoy increased profits that way. William Hill and Betfred, amongst many others, ladies and gentlemen, amongst the major UK bookmakers, who have their headquarters in which such location? Known as the sort of bookmaker capital, I suppose. William Hill and Betfred amongst the UK bookmakers who've made their headquarters in what location, ladies and gentlemen, on account of its relative lack of regulation? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 31 to 40 is very straightforward, and I've got a nagging feeling I did this about 12 months ago, so I'm very sorry. So according to you, the 10 most popular beer and cider brands in the UK. Beer and cider brands in the UK. Think big. That's all I will tell you. Think big. Don't think too obvious. Well, a little bit obvious. Anyway, the top 10 beer and cider brands has one very surprising omission. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do that. That's quite good. I allow that. Lovely stuff, everyone. You're all flying. Mate, 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute. Good. Whoever enjoyed the reference, I'm glad you did. Okay. Oh, I could throw a reasonably sized hat over all your stores at the moment. So let's go. How Kai Havertz has just missed from about 3 yards. It wouldn't have counted anyway. I'll just give him his full name, Kai Havertz, and let slip the dogs of war. Anyway, question 41, ladies and gentlemen, is on TV. Which pair of writers, ladies and gentlemen, who created Steptoe and Son, also known primarily alongside that for their work in association with Tony Hancock for four. In Hancock's Half Hour, also The Rebel, also they did that. Also the series Cloche-Merle, of which I've just remembered, which is of no assistance in answering this question, but they did write it. What's the name of that pair of writers? Primarily associated with Steptoe and Son and the work of Tony Hancock, specifically Hancock's Half Hour, The Rebel, and so on. What is the name of that pair of writers? Question 42, ladies and gentlemen, is on politics. And every week, ladies and gentlemen, every week we're treated to the special spectacle of Prime Minister's Question Time, ladies and gentlemen, which is just the worst shit on earth. And it really is the worst shit on earth. I'm going to ask you a question. Well, I'm not going to ask you a question. I'm sort of going to make it clear that you're an arsehole. Then I'm not going to answer it. And I'm going to get a few of my mates to ask me, like, question, would the Prime Minister agree that he's brilliant? And then I'm going to go, yes, I would agree that. That's why actually I've got his hair on, haven't I? I shouldn't say anything like that. How long does it last, ladies and gentlemen? What is the length of Prime Minister's question time? The ridiculous bullshit that it is. How long does that last? Question 43 is on films, ladies and gentlemen. The US currently has a box office, ladies and gentlemen. People are going to cinemas in the USA. And atop the charts, ladies and gentlemen, opening last weekend was an exciting sounding new film in which two giant beasts, veterans of cinema, battle. The name is X versus Y, ladies and gentlemen. Attempting to control them in some way, a thankless task by the sounds of it, is Dr. Nathan Lind, played by Alexander Skarsgård. What is that film, ladies and gentlemen? The title characters battling in some way. They're currently atop the US box office charts, both of them very famous film characters in their own right. Alexander Skarsgård attempts to hold sway. Nice, whoever's just got that answer. That's pleased me. There is one member of £5 down the Swan who I'm going to describe as a footballing savant. Good. You pleased me. You pleased me. Well done. Question 44 is on video games, ladies and gentlemen. Which exploration video game, not one for the casual player like myself, on the grounds it's really fucking dull, but in which exploration video game, originally released on PlayStation 4 and on Windows PC in 2016, can players theoretically visit over 18 quintillion planets? Seems unlikely. Originally, it received poor reviews for being really boring. Beautiful, but boring. Although the implementation of virtual reality technology has helped improve this reputation. What was the name of that game, ladies and gentlemen, in which players sort of just travel around space and bump into some planets every now and again, and then again, and then again, and then again? Now, more popular due to the implementation of virtual reality technology, ladies and gentlemen. What is it? Question 46, ladies and gentlemen, is on composters. Question 46 is on composers, ladies and gentlemen. Which composer, born in Austria in 1732, was known as the King of the Symphonies? Ladies and gentlemen, some title, the King of the Symphonies, having to manage somewhere between. It's not exact. He didn't finish them all. Some of them have disputed authorship. Did I say? No, I didn't say 45. No. I'm going to do that instead now. Thanks, Sophie. Am I an idiot? Yes, I am. That's question 44 and a half. Question 45 is on sports, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, everything at the Olympics. There's certain showpiece events, aren't there, that people like to watch in the Olympics, like the 100 meters final and so on. Yeah. But for me, and many others, the spectacle of the Olympics is all building up to competitive race walking. That's the one that really grabs the attention, which is nowadays, ladies and gentlemen, conducted over 2 distances, the longer of which is 50 kilometres, and the shorter of which is what, ladies and gentlemen? I'll give you a clue. It's between 0 kilometres and 50 kilometres. The shorter of the 2 race walking distances in the Olympics. What is it? Thank you, Sophie, and I apologise for my repeatedly lax approach to numbering systems. You know what's next, ladies and gentlemen? It's question 46, which is about composers. The King of the Symphonies, ladies and gentlemen, is a nickname given to which composer born in Austria in 1732? He gets his nickname because he managed to write somewhere between 104 and 108 of them in his lifetime, which just goes to show you if you take a bit more time over things, they might be good. Who is that composer? The King of the Symphonies. Just a surname is fine. Question 47, ladies and gentlemen, is on territories. Which territory, ladies and gentlemen, is divided across India and Pakistan, ladies and gentlemen? It has Lahore and Faisalabad as the major cities on the Pakistani side, and Amritsar, home of the Golden Palace, and Ludhiana on the Indian side. Which territory is that, ladies and gentlemen? Shall I give you the clue? Yeah, it's with a name literally meaning 5 rivers. Which territory is that? Lahore and Faisalabad, major cities on the Pakistani side, Amritsar and Ludhiana on the Indian side, ladies and gentlemen. Which territory is that? Question 48 is on literature and libraries, ladies and gentlemen. What was the most common, the most borrowed book from British libraries in the 2000, ladies and gentlemen? A book you may have had a tantalising glimpse of this evening. Not this, obviously. This is Ceci ne pas un livre. Look, it's not. The most borrowed book from libraries in the 2000s. Complete its title. The Story of. What completes that? Most borrowed book from libraries in the 2000s. The Story of. Blank. Question 49 is on US geography, ladies and gentlemen. Something I noticed last week, ladies and gentlemen, is on state capitals. There's only one state capital, ladies and gentlemen, which has a name that ends in 3 consecutive consonants. What is it, ladies and gentlemen? What is the only US state capital that has a name that ends in 3 consecutive consonants? Question 50. Ladies and gentlemen, question 50. Let's keep it light for lockdown, ladies and gentlemen. Neither, particularly one to doubt their own talent, it would be fair to say. Jim Morrison, ladies and gentlemen, and Oscar Wilde, ladies and gentlemen. Plenty of time to consider their own genius now, as they're both dead and buried. In which French cemetery, which Parisian cemetery, ladies and gentlemen, is now provides the underground home of both Jim Morrison and Oscar Wilde? What's the name of that cemetery? I will accept closeness will be fine here. Question 51, ladies and gentlemen. Probably a good way to sort of end your career path, ladies and gentlemen, by dint of dying, would be to apply for a field job within the late Wayland Lutani Company. The Wayland Lutani Company, ladies and gentlemen, who were found in which hit film of 1979? The Wayland Lutani Company, ladies and gentlemen, their efforts and somewhat dubious operating methods form part of which film of 1979? Tell you what, you're good at this, you know. This is hard, and you get some really good answers. I'm really proud of you all. It's well close as well. Really good, you lot. Question 52, ladies and gentlemen, is on TV and regarded by anime fans as one of the big three, alongside One Piece and Bleach. Which anime series was first broadcast in 2002 and revolves around the effort of a young, blonde-haired ninja in training who seeks to become respected in his village of Konohagakure? I write this. Why did I put these words in? Why do I do that? Regarded by anime fans as one of the big three alongside One Piece and Bleach, which anime series was first broadcast in the year 2002, revolving around the efforts of a handsome young blonde-haired wisp of a thing, a ninja in training who seeks respect in his home village of Konohagakure. Version 53, ladies and gentlemen, the utterly magnificent Raheem Cornwall. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm absolutely obsessed with the man. He's amazing. The heaviest ever Test match cricketer, a man of such bulk that he technically cannot be dismissed LBW, as it cannot be categorically stated the ball will not immediately start to orbit him. He is the largest ever Test match cricketer, beaten into second place, ladies and gentlemen, a former Australian captain whose nickname was the Big Ship. Didn't say ship. The Big Ship. What is his name, ladies and gentlemen? The former Australian captain who has lost his place as the heaviest ever Test match cricketer on account of the enormous Raheem Cornwall holding a bat like a toothpick. Who is that former Australian captain nicknamed the Big Ship? Question 54 is on music. I like this question. I'll tell you this now. The Hollies, ladies and gentlemen, the Hollies received royalties from a song released in 1992. You might think it's 93, but it was first in 92. Okay? The Hollies received royalties from a song released by a different band in 1992. Lana Del Rey was involved in a copyright claim over similarities between her song Get Free from 2018 and the same song from 1992. What is this this litigation heavy song of 1992? The Hollies received royalties for it, and Lana Del Rey was involved in copyright difficulties after her song Get Free was deemed to be too similar to it. The same song. What is this song from 1992, although you might think it's 93? Good. It's proper close. Question 55, ladies and gentlemen, is on films. And who is the highest grossing actor of all time? By which I mean person who's appeared in films which collectively have grossed the most at the box office, ladies and gentlemen, due in no small part, in fact entirely virtually, to a series of very minor roles within very popular films. Who is that actor with a series of very minor roles in very popular films? Who is, according to statistics, the highest grossing actor of all time? No, I'm not looking. Okay, just to be clear, I'm not looking for the song by the Hollies. I'm looking for the 1992 song that was not by the Hollies. So it's by a third band not mentioned. The Hollies got royalties because of a similarity it bears to one of their songs. And Lana Del Rey wrote a song that sounds similar to it. Okay? But I need the song from 1992. Just to be clear. And question 56, last question in this round, ladies and gentlemen. Which word, 5 letters or more, one word, 5 letters or more, has appeared in the title of hit singles by The Yardbirds, One Direction, The Charlatans, 10cc, The Killers, and Daddy Frere? The Yardbirds, One Direction, The Killers, 10cc, The Charlatans, and Daddy Frere. One word, 5 letters or more, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Get on with your music round. For the last one, either the title of the song or the TV program it's from is fine, but I do need the recording artist for whatever question that would be. Is it 70? No, 80, isn't it? Question 80. I do need the artist for 79 and 80, okay? But either the TV program or the name of the song will be fine. It's Belter. Oh, what time do I want you back? 10 o'clock. Sorry, Del. I was just doing something completely different. Sorry. $10. I'll tell you now, the song, the one I want the title for, the TV one, is not 73 and 74. That's an actual single. That was released as a single. So I won't accept just the theme tune to that one. I need the title of that song. But it's not exactly hidden. Uh, 5 minutes. Okay, just 1 minute now. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. There were 4 pointless questions. Okay. Okay, I need either any of the top 50 UK chain restaurants by sales. Okay. So chain restaurants or fast food outlets. Any Scottish international footballer with 50 or more caps for Scotland. Any companion to the Doctor in Doctor Who. Or any UNESCO World Heritage Site in the UK. Looking again for obscure answers that none of my 100 friends said. Okay, so any and top UK 50 chain restaurants by sales, that's most recent figures. Any Scottish international footballer with 50 or more caps, in men's football, sorry. Any companion, official companion in the TV series Doctor Who, or any UNESCO World Heritage Site in the UK. Your tiebreak question is how long in meters is the world's longest ever daisy chain? Ladies and gentlemen, how long in meters is the world's longest ever daisy chain? A few of you have got quite a few to finish off. So I'm going to give you a little bit longer. So I'm going to give you till 10 past 10. Okay? For the World Heritage Sites, just something sort of in the right sort of field. Oh, just to be clear, for the companion, I need the name, the character name. Okay, that's what I asked for. Character name. You got 4 minutes to finalise answers. Anything you're not sure of? Let me see if anything has not been got by anyone. Oh dear. Take up the minutes. Okay, 1 minute now. When you finished, of course, tick the 3 boxes, click save, and then click finish. I've no idea why you need to do that. Oh, nice. Ooh, I'd say 20 seconds left now. Okay. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. I did 3 wrong. Stop. Quiz is over, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just finish off these any road answers. No, all done. Here, ladies and gentlemen, your answers. The picture round, ladies and gentlemen. The picture round. Let me go to the top, which I've had a lot of time to do. Picture round. First one was Robin Gibb. Second one, which no one got, you well-educated sorts, was Drew McIntyre. He's a wrestler. The third one was Scott Morrison, the leader of Australia. The fourth one was Jude Bellingham. clues, retiring the question number. The fifth one was his mum, Linda Bellingham. The sixth one, some wildly inaccurate answers. That's Christian Schmid, ladies and gentlemen, Schmid avec un D. Who, Todd Landers, Seventh one, that's what Nick Nolte looks like these days. 8, well done to the footballing savant that got Tony Agana, ladies and gentlemen, he was like Brian Dean's right-hand man. Frida Pinto, and then Eddie Hall, former World's Strongest Man. 11th is Samantha Giles, which no one got. 12, a couple of unlucky people down for the wrong Kim. The order is, I think, Deal, Gordon, Daylight, Sharrock. Kim Deal, that was, ladies and gentlemen, Kim Deal. Then 13, Thomas Schaffernacker. 14 was Nicholas Nickleby, although I did also accept Exposed to the Elements, which I did enjoy. And then On a Wing and a Prayer, ladies and gentlemen. Question 16, Beat the Chasers, was where he won all the money. We're not for himself. 17, Cons Forges in Sheffield. Yeah. 18, Right Said Fred, of course. 19, that cake is a beignet. 20, none of you fell into the trap, of course, of putting Colin Firth. It was Matthew McFadden. 21, Marmalade is the thing. 22, the former Man United midfielder was Anderson. The Rivers Ant, Brewer and Thurner, of course, on the Norfolk Broads. Gary Coleman had the known for saying, "What you doing, my Willis?" What are you talking about, Willis? Patrick, Paul, and Anthony were the Truman family. In EastEnders, House of Cards, of course, featured Frank Underwood, the American version. The Tom Adams quiz experience is held in the Swan. Deckard Shaw is played by Jason Statham in The Fast and Furious. Rebecca loses splashback protection is a hog guard, of course, ladies and gentlemen. The attentive man in Dreams would say, "Bed, sir." Alec, bed, sir. And what do you do with decorative ribbons? You bow them, ladies and gentlemen. They are England's leading wicket takers in Test match cricket. Lovely stuff. 23, Donald Dewar was the First Minister of Scotland. 24, Frazier. The Tortellas was presumably Carla and Eddie, was it? 25, Lincoln Green. 26, Margaret Court, ladies and gentlemen, is the controversial tennis player. 27, they're the last days of Socrates. They were sort of Socratic dialogues, but Plato catalogued them, I guess, and they probably by Plato, bizarrely. 28, they're on TikTok. 29, the owl, ladies and gentlemen, owls. Someone put an I in it. I mean, but it is owls, isn't it? 30, Gibraltar. They exclude these people. 31 to 40, your beer and cider brands were Peroni, Guinness, Bulmers, Stella, Magners, Heineken, Beck's, Budweiser, Amstel, disgusting, and Corona, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, let's make jokes from 14 months ago. 41, the pair of writers was Dalton and Simpson. Ray Dalton, Alan Simpson, I think. 42, half an hour is how long PMQ lasts. 43, the film is Godzilla vs. Kong. 44, the video game was No Man's Sky. 45, the 20-kilometre walk. The 20-kilometre walk, no one got that. 46, Joseph Haydn is the king of the symphonies. 47, Punjab, ladies and gentlemen, is the territory. The Punjab. 48, the story of Tracy Beaker, ladies and gentlemen, unlucky. 49, Bismarck, ends RCK, is the state capital that ends in 3 consonants. 50, Père Lachaise is the cemetery, Père Lachaise. 51, the Wayland Lutani Company is in Alien, not Blade. I forget what it's called in Blade Runner, but that's 82 anyway, isn't it, Blade Runner? 52, Naruto is the anime. 53, no one got this. Warwick, the Big Ship Armstrong. Come on. 54, Creep by Radiohead is that song. 55, Stan Lee, with all his cameos in the Marvel films, is the highest grossing actor of all time. 56, Things was the word Shape of Things. Little Things by One Direction, Just When You're Thinking Things Over, all these things that I've done, the things we do for love, and think about things, ladies and gentlemen. Your music question, which I failed to pull up completely. The first one was Can I Get a Witness by Marvin Gaye. The second one was, what was it? It was Aerosmith with Dream On. And the third one was Meatloaf and Cher with Dead Ringer for Love. And then it was Bush with Swallowed. And it was Leona Lewis with A Moment Like This. The sixth was Mika with We Are Golden. 7 was Procol Harum with Homburg. 71, 72 was Bobby Womack with Across 110th Street, which is brilliant. 73 was Cannonball with Together We'll Be Okay. Next one was Love City Groove with Love City Groove. Then it was Daft Punk with Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. And then it was Lee Majors with The Unknown Stuntman, the theme from The Fall Guy, of course. Your pointless answers. The UNESCO World Heritage, so you'd have had New Lanark, the Jodrell Bank Observatory, I don't know if you got that, the Dorset and East Devon coast, the Cornwall and West Devon mining landscape, the Glenarvan industrial landscape, and the Derwent Valley Mills. Ladies and gentlemen, your companions, you could have had Vicky, Katerina, Dodo Shapley, something like that, Zoe Herriot, Sergeant John Benton, Grace Holloway, or Nardole from the more recent series. Your footballers, here's a who's who of moderate defenders and Kevin Gallagher, George Young, Maurice Malpass, remember him? Gary Caldwell, of course, awful football, Danny McGrain, and Christian Daly. And your chain restaurants, you could have had the Aberdeen Angus Steakhouse, Yo Sushi, nobody said, Eat, and best of all, Spud You Like, ladies and gentlemen. And the longest ever daisy chain was 2,120 meters. Your leaderboard. In a disappointing 5th place, ladies and gentlemen, and no effing pub. Poor performance this week. Poor. Back to the drawing board. In 4th place, ladies and gentlemen, so they got 45 points, which is exciting. Because in 4th place, ladies and gentlemen, leading for a long time as well, with 50 points, ladies and gentlemen, were Amy and Dave. 50 points, ladies and gentlemen. And they probably did, they went on the disappointing tactic of deciding not to get any of about the last 10 right in the questions. Not great tactics, that. But yes, 50 points for 2 of them. In equal second, ladies and gentlemen, with 53 were the Cords and £5 down the Swanee. And in first place with 56, Universally Challenged. Warm rounds of applause. I'm very pleased with you. There will probably be another quiz next week. I think, it's going to be horrible. Basically, until it's warm outside, then I will carry on. And I'll probably carry on after that as well, because I can't drink every day. Yes, great performance by Amy and Dave. Well done. Well done to our youthful geniuses who managed to fend off too many questions about the Fall Guy and that sort of thing. And brush strokes last week. Can't believe this has not more cultural resonance. Yes, I thought you might have been. So if anyone who hasn't donated who would like to donate, be very warmly received, I will tell you that now. And we'll see you all next week, I hope. Ta-ta.